are held together by rules. Not social rules, but fundamental ones. The strong nuclear force binds the nuclei of your atoms. The weak force manages their radioactive decay. Electromagnetism allows you to see, touch, and think, a storm of charged particles mediating your entire sensory world. And then there's gravity, the weakest of the four, yet the one that dictates the grand architecture of the cosmos, and the simple fact that your feet are on the floor. But how do you really know gravity is there? You don't perceive the warping of space-time directly. You feel pressure in the soles of your feet. Your inner ear uses tiny falling crystals to orient you. These are electromagnetic signals. Your brain is interpreting one force through the language of another. So what would happen if that cosmic rule, the law of universal gravitation, developed a loophole? A line of code in the universe's operating system that simply skipped the particles that make up you. The moment it happens, you wouldn't float gently upwards. The Earth's surface is spinning. At the 40th parallel, where cities like New York and Madrid sit, you are moving east at over 1,200 kilometers per hour. Gravity is the celestial rope that keeps you tethered to that ride. Without it, you continue in a straight line. You become a projectile fired at a tangent into the atmosphere. The air, still very much bound by gravity, would become a brutal, unforgiving wall. But let's imagine a more survivable scenario. The universe doesn't sever your connection to momentum, only to gravitational attraction. You can still touch things. You can still push off them. You are no longer anchored to the planet's mass, but you are still in its atmosphere, moving with its rotation. You have simply stopped falling. You push off the ground and you don't come back down. An inch-high hop sends you drifting slowly towards the ceiling. The world has lost its default orientation. What is down, anyway? Without the constant pull on the otoliths in your inner ear, that sensation vanishes. Astronauts report this disorientation, where up and down become meaningless concepts. You would have to redefine your world visually. The floor is down only because you see it is. A wall is a wall until you decide to push off it and make it a floor. Your brain, which evolved for millions of years with the constant of gravity, must now build a new reality from scratch, using only sight and touch. Every action would become deliberate. To move from the couch to the kitchen, you would need to calculate a trajectory. A light push sends you gliding across the room. Too hard, and you're colliding with the opposite wall. You would essentially be living in a pure Newtonian world, a ballet of action, reaction, and inertia. Eating becomes a task of managing floating food. Sleeping requires tethering yourself to your bed. Your conscious mind has to constantly perform the background tasks that gravity once did for free. In this state, you are a physical paradox, a collection of particles that interacts with light, with matter, with everything, except the curvature of space-time itself. You are a ghost to one of the universe's most fundamental fields. It raises a question. Is a law truly a law if it can have a single conscious exception? Or does it suggest that consciousness is not merely an observer of the universe, but a participant, capable of negotiating its own terms with reality? You, floating through a room, become a profound philosophical argument written in flesh and bone.